Shalom, Queens and Kings of the Kingdom of God. I'm Jean-Claude Dogo from Rich Ministries. Welcome to the Spiritual Caviar. This Shabbat, we're going to talk about a special topic. Is birthday biblical? We'll hear now and there, birthday of the church, birthday of the wife of the pastor, birthday of the pastor, birthday in the family. Is that biblical? We don't assume the responsibility to say that we know everything about that, but we are going to look at two cases in the Bible. The first case, we can find it in the book of Matthew, chapter 14, verse 1 to 5. Let's read together. At that time, Herod the Tetrarch heard of the fame of Jesus, and said unto his servants, This is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do shew forth themselves in him. For Herod had laid hold on John, and bound him, and put him in prison, for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife. For John said unto him, It is not lawful for thee to have her. And when he would have put him to death, he feared the multitude, because they counted him as a prophet. The story is going on, but you know the story. One day at it is an anniversary party, birthday party. Salome, the daughter of Herodias, Philip's wife, asked for the head of John the Baptist, and he got killed. So this is a shocking event occurring at a birthday party in the Bible. But you don't see very often birthday parties in the Bible. We never spoke about Jesus' birthday anniversaries parties. No, not at all. We hear that he was born. We hear that he went to exile. He was 12 when he came back in the temple or synagogue. And we don't hear about any birthday party activities for Jesus. I think that if it was important, Jesus would have had some birthday parties. But let us look at the case of John. John the Baptist was the victim of the Herod's birthday party. Herod, as we just read, wanted himself to kill John the Baptist because he dared to preach the truth to him, the Almighty King. How dare he say to me, it is unlawful for me to have my brother's wife, my brother Philip's wife. I will show him pepper, as we say in Africa. I will kill him. But he was afraid to kill him. By the day of his anniversary, he faced a big manipulation moment where Salome danced, and then he asked of her anything. He promised her to give anything she asked of him. And Salome didn't know what she should ask. And then she asked her mother. Herodias said, as the head of John the Baptist. But because the people of that time knew that a word given, a promise given, must be respected, even though he was afraid to kill him, because the people considered him as a prophet. He killed him. And why am I talking about this? I talk about this because this happened on a birthday party. And when you hear in Europe, for example, in Denmark, there is a feast, a festival that people celebrate between the end of the month of May and the beginning of June, or in the month of June. I don't know exactly the date because I'm not interested. Where people put some woods together, dry woods, and put the water inside, the fire inside, and they say that they are burning witches and wizards. But Christians also, so-called Christians also celebrate the same, with a biblical meaning for this pagan festival. They said, I've asked them, they said that no. It is John the Baptist's anniversary. I was shocked because I've never read in the Bible that John the Baptist celebrated his anniversary. Neither Paul, neither Jesus. Nobody celebrated his or her anniversary in the Bible, except Herod, who was half a Jew, half a Roman. This is the reason why he was given this kingship to rule over Israel, because Israel was colonized by the Roman Empire. So, in reality, when Christians mention John the Baptist and say that they are celebrating his anniversary, in reality, this way of interpretation of this pagan festival is the celebration of the occult word over the victory of Satan over Jesus Christ. Because Salome could get the head of John the Baptist. So the occults say that Satan won over Jesus. So this is the spiritual meaning of this sentence, this feast that celebrates, according to some of the Christians, the anniversary of John the Baptist. So you see how dangerous this interpretation is? Then we go at the beginning of the Bible, in Genesis. Genesis, we're going to see another anniversary. Genesis 40, verse 20 to 23. And it came to pass the third day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he had a feast unto all his servants. And he lifted up the head of the chief butler and of the chief baker among his servants. And he restored the chief butler unto his butlership again, and he gave the cup unto Pharaoh's hand. But he hanged the chief baker, as Joseph has interpreted to them. Yet did not the chief butler remember Joseph, but forgot him. The second example of anniversary in the Bible that we are talking about, a man was hanged. So why is that the mention of anniversaries, birthdays in the Bible mean killings? Why? Why is that? If we want to extrapolate, we can say that Herod wanted to kill baby Jesus, maybe on his anniversary, and he killed all the babies from 0 to 2 years old. It was a mass murder. I don't understand. How can we as churches celebrate anniversaries when in the Bible, whenever the Bible mentioned birthdays, it was, we could understand mass killings, mass murders, or people's murders. So we should seek deeper before we do things, because things are spiritual. What is the cause or the source of birthdays? Let us look at them. And we Christians, we don't think. We don't use our brains to think. We just follow. The awkward word will say to us that as men, we have to kneel down before a woman to propose marriage to women, and we kneel. And even Christian women boast over that. He knelt down to propose. Me, I didn't kneel before my wife. I stood up and I told her, I want to marry you. Tell me what you mean about that now. And she said I should give her 4 days. And I gave her 4 days. She said yes. And I got married to her. We don't kneel down before women to propose marriage to them. This is not biblical. Is birthdays biblical? Think, research, and find the answer yourself. From my side, I don't have to have some burdens, because birthdays are there to make you poor. Look at the amount of money you use at your birthday parties, especially in the Scandinavian world, when you have what they call 0 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 80 years, 90 years, 100 years. It is impossible. Look at the money you could save if you didn't celebrate birthday anniversaries. Look at the money. You could have done some investment with that kind of money. You could have blessed some people around you with that kind of money. You understand? So think again. God gave you the brains, the free will to think. And the word want to take that capacity to think by yourself and to make you a robot. Don't just follow because everybody's doing it. Think. May God bless you. Shalom, Letraot.